On the specific proposal regarding civilizations, we live in a global environment. Some in the West like to define it more in material means and look at globalization only as a material package. Old civilizations like China, like Egypt, tend to look at it, if you want, more comprehensively. We live in a well-connected world, which means we need to live together, not try to live as identical civilizations with identical cultures. So the basic concept of tolerance, of a shared future, of respecting each other's civilizations is something that I'm very happy to see focused on in the Chinese initiative. And I really would like it to be even more widely expanded in practical terms. I don't want to exclude the Western concept for development, but my criticism of that concept is that it assumes that its concept is necessarily the best one and the one that we all need to emulate. My approach, which I think is in many ways consistent with also the Chinese initiative, is we need to take the best out of each of our civilizations and respect each other. So let's see how best to develop with a collective approach. It's not a game of one versus the other, of one having to beat each other. We need to all gain. It has to be about the common good, about a win-win situation. So this idea of an exclusive civilization is conceptually difficult for me to swallow, and especially coming from a old civilization. We know that we have a long record and a lot of achievements, and we respect old civilizations like ours, and because we respect history. But I'm not excluding the Western civilization, but I don't want to emulate that necessarily. I'm trying to invest in our common future, in the youth in particular. It is not enough for government officials to meet, to have agreements, to develop projects. That's always important. But if you really want to invest in sustained development, you need to have a better understanding of each other's communities. Therefore, whether it is when I come to China or even when I was here in academia, I would always encourage our students to look towards Asia, to look towards China. And at the American University in Cairo, where I created a school for global affairs, I made the point that global affairs is not about the West alone. It's about the whole world. And every January, we would invite students from Chinese universities to come and visit our university, to come and visit Egypt. And I've said the same thing to my colleagues at Egyptian embassies in China and Chinese embassies in Egypt. Need to expand cultural exchanges with universities, with think tanks, with youth groups, facilitate Arabic teaching in China and Chinese teachings in the Arab world so that our communities can deal with each other. I can tell you, when we came and spoke at Beijing University, I was surprised by the mixture of students. They were, the majority, of course, were Chinese, but I found a very large number of African students in particular. And I was extremely pleased that the Chinese students who asked the questions did not focus on China-US. What did I think of China-US? Because that's the same question I get when I go to the US. They ask me, what do you think of China-US? The Chinese students actually ask me, what, as an Egyptian, do I think of China? What would I want from China as an Egyptian? So it's a reflection that your initiative on civilization and development is not only a government posture, but it's actually something that's being embraced by your people. And that is something that is extremely impressive. I've been trying to push a lot of Egyptians to visit China. The businessmen have already started. They've gone to your industrial sectors. But I'm also trying to push youth to do that, because that's really where I think the future is.